Welcome everybody to a new channel on YouTube, The Farmer Way. I am the farmer. I wanted to do a brief introduction to let you know what kind of material that we'll be bringing out on this YouTube channel. Most of it's going to be woodworking material that I do in my small 12 by 36 shop. However, my children have decided that they want to participate. My youngest daughter wants to do some cooking segments, little desserts, stuff that children can do between the ages of 6 to 10. And my oldest daughter, she wants to participate by showing people how to draw. Some of the projects that you'll see me doing is remodeling projects inside of our home. I have a CNC machine where I do woodworking carves. Very first project that I'll be filming is going to be the nursery in our spare bedroom of our house. I'm going to show a picture right here of the design that my wife has chose. And right here, I'll put the design that I have drawn out. I'm a little old school, and I like to just put things on paper to where if I made a mistake, I can just erase it. Without further ado, let's go in the house and I'll meet you in the nursery. So I'm gonna make my cabinets 11 1/4 inches, but you have to do the takeoffs of all the measurements. So when I cut this baseboard, I can't just cut it at 11 1/4. I have to figure in that the fact that the cabinet face is going to be an extra 3/4 of an inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure over 12 1/4 inches, and that'll give me a little bit of play. This baseboard I'm going to save, and I'm going to put it on the front of my cabinets, so I can just fill in with caulking or whatever I need. I brought this 4x4 scrap lumber, and then what I'll do is I'm actually going to use this as a straight edge when I cut this. So right here, we're looking at 1 foot 1/4 inches. I'm going to use that 4x4 as my straight edge. And then I'll use this oscillating tool to cut it out. Like I said, we're going to keep this stuff just because we're going to have to use it as soon as we build the cabinets out. We're going to run it to the front of it. All right, I got those two sides cut. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest of the base. All right, I've already set the table saw up to make our cuts. We made a distance of 11 1/4. As I said before, we have that 3/4 of an inch for the face of the cabinet. So we got this set up. I'm gonna go get my earplugs and my glasses, and we'll get cutting on this lumber. All right, we got everything cut out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head into the shop, and then we're gonna cut everything to length. And then at that time, we'll start putting our pocket hole screws in. So I'll meet you in the shop. These are the sides that I'm working on right now. This is gonna determine our height. Before I move on to the next step of this project, I wanted to take a little bit of time and explain the tools I'm going to be using for assembly. I'm going to use the pocket hole method. I have a KregJig that's going to allow me to drill the holes to the desired depth that I need. I have two different types of drivers. I have a drill driver and an impact driver. You don't necessarily need to have two as long as you have a drill. You just change out the bits. However, I find it a lot easier and faster if I have two, then I can just put down the drill and pick up the impact driver. In the drill driver, I have a 3/8 Kreg drill bit with the adjustable collar. The adjustable collar allows you to change the depth of how deep you drill your holes. The impact driver has a number 2 square bit that's 6 inches in depth, and that's what it's compatible with the Kreg screws. This entire project, I'm going to be using 1.25 inch self-tapping Kreg screws, and that's about it. It's a really easy process. The way it works is on the actual KregJig, you have an adjustment here for the thickness of your lumber. I have it set up already at 3/4 inch, and then you have this clamp to clamp it in so the lumber doesn't move. So hopefully this part of the video makes a little bit more sense, or if you've never used the KregJig, you might go out and buy one. I mean, when I bought this, I think it was like $80, and it came with the KregJig, it came with screws, came with the drill bit, and the square head. These are good tools to purchase if you're planning on doing these kind of projects in the future. The only thing left to do is starting to drill some holes. I'm going to start working on the uppers. I've got everything ready to go. The pocket holes are already drilled, so it's just going to be assembly time. I'm going to start with the smaller cabinet first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack everything up with this brad nailer, and then I'll run my pocket holes. That way I won't get any movement in the lumber. So I'm probably gonna need some help when I go build this thing. Not too many people around to help. Well, this one's done. Just gotta figure out how I'm gonna get in the house. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crown molding, and then I'm going to go ahead and put these on top of the lowers. Right down there, we're gonna have another drawer that pulls out. I've got it built. Let's see if it fits. Okay, I'm back in the nursery. I'm gonna start working on the face fronts of the cabinets. I'm not gonna do it the traditional KregJig way. I'm going to make my cuts and actually glue and brad nail them up. I have one last project I have to complete before phase one is complete. What you'll see is I have my laser level to the height of my bottom shelf that I have. I have the level on there showing that we are completely level, which the lines will transfer over to this side. I'm gonna leave my transit the way where it's at, and that way I can verify that all these shelves are gonna line up. What I've done is I cut down some nailer boards, and the shelf's gonna actually sit on top of this on the inside of this cabinet. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and glue it and brad nail it up. And the laser level from one side to the other is matching up exactly the same as it did on that side. So I'm going to continue on putting my nailers in, and then phase 1 will be done. I just finished vacuuming all the sawdust and any loose material on the floor. Phase 1 is now complete. I just wanted to thank everybody that stuck with this video all the way until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so when I post phase 2 video that you guys will be notified right away. And we'll see you on the next video.